Yeah, you know what I was thinking about with old Kevin Nealon's, I guess it's not a podcast. I mean, it could be. It's a video series on YouTube. Yeah. He's doing all the video and editing himself, just like us. Just like us. We're the same. He puts his pants on one leg at a time. That's right. Yeah. Well, he just, I actually bought it. He just wrote a book, or made a coffee table book called Brushes with Fame, where he's a very good artist and he's a very good caricature artist, and he drew all these caricatures. And
I wasn't recording on Chris's this whole time.
Oh, isn't that cool?
You know, it's funny. I saw the lack of red light.
Didn't want to say anything.
I didn't. I just usually a tally light. The red goes to whichever camera's on. It didn't click with me that that's not what we want to see. This is not a live broadcast.
So
this is not the news.
We've been talking for a solid 20 minutes.
Yeah, we've been. And has it been 20 minutes?
And your camera was not on, is what has been.
It's not been 20.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
Should we start again here?
No, we're fine. Let's talk about. Your cool thing that you're doing.
That little thing. What's that little thing you're doing?
I didn't mean it like that.
No, I just.
No, Chris needs to start. Chris needs to set up Adam.
You're gonna set it up. All right.
We need to talk about Kevin Nealon later, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean let's start the show with you asking Adam a question.
Yeah.
I'm leaving all this into the edit. Just so everybody knows. This is how our podcast works.
Riveting.
This is what everybody brings to the table. I brought the idea to do a podcast. That was me. And then Chris brought himself.
Yeah.
That's what he brought. And then Gary was like, I'll oversee all the video. And then I edit the thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm in the moment. And I'm giving you my presence.
And then you gotta go. Chris got here. He was just like, guys, I gotta be out by 12.
Whatever.
I got a heart out for a haircut.
I give a very ample amount of time.
I got a Stevens haircut. I gotta get out of here.
Oh my!
All right,
goodness.
Gary, what were you suggesting for the beginning of the podcast?
That Chris sets up you opening for Kevin Nealon.
All right. Hey, come on, writer, actor. You good on your feet?
All right. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast.
Why is it so serious?
Guys, here we are, and just really excited to be here today.
This podcast.
And,
it's December. It's a busy month. There's a lot of events.
And there's a lot going on. And I'm thrilled about it.
Adam told you that he's got 17 shows this month.
So, so we want to start for real and be like...
We've been starting for a solid 5 minutes.
Give me an action. No.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast. Yes. Chris Funch here with my pal Adam Bush. And we are so excited. Today's episode is going to be a special one. A lot of times we just kind of just play it off the cuff and just kind of chit chat and just see what happens. This time we put a little planning into this, and we had both been talking about just this exciting time in our lives right now. This December is going to literally be a December to remember. And so what's happening is I got a really cool opportunity coming up that I'm super excited about. And Adam, get this, gang. Adam is doing 17 shows in 17 days all through December. He's excited about that. And so we just thought we'd hit pause and just talk a little bit about that on today's podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Is that what you guys wanted?
That was exactly.
I just feel like that's exactly how somebody would interview. What's up, ET fam? Oh man.
Oh goodness. All while still playing dad.
What?
You're a good father. You're doing 17 shows. How do you juggle it all, Adam Bush?
How do you do it?
How do you do it?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Is this going to be be on the local news tonight?
Yeah, I think
Exactly.
Interview with local celebrity.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Bush.
All
No,
right.
but in all sincerity,
Yes.
it is an exciting time
It is.
for both of us right now. We got some fun stuff coming.
Yes, it's December.
It's December.
If you're watching this, you can see we got the Christmas tree.
Look at that.
We're at Gary's house
Plus up. We're at Gary's place
for
this
no
time.
reason other than Gary didn't want to come to my house.
Yeah, I live a lot closer to Gary's
Tired of
house.
driving.
Yeah.
It's a long way.
So you guys were like, Adam, you load up all the gear, you bring it over. Also, can you grab coffee?
I never requested.
No,
coffee.
but Gary did.
You called me and said, "What can I get you?" Because you were going to go
You
no
did.
matter what.
You said coffee question mark, and then you're acting like we were like,
No.
"Hey, brew some coffee."
No, last night I was like, Gary, what do I need to bring? And he was just like, you mentioned gear, and then he goes, coffee.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So he
So
did.
you're
okay.
telling me you wouldn't?
I was
want
going
to say-
anyway. I was going.
Awesome.
Well-
Yeah, you want to set it up?
Adam, tell us about your opening for Kevin Nealon tonight.
Adam, tell me about the newest development in your comedy career.
Oh my word. This is going to be a great month. Oh
There's-
my God. Stop it. Cut it out.
Tell them about that special someone you're going to get to perform with.
So if you're listening to this, I don't know when this is coming out, but this is December. Actually, it's December 1st right now.
December 1st?
You don't like
First
it
day of December.
when I say dates, but it's important.
Okay.
Because December is like this is like a first for me.
Yeah.
I have 17 shows in 17 days in
amazing.
December. So back in June, I went on a little tour that I put together myself
Yep.
with our buddy Isaac Whitty.
Love Isaac.
It was over 3 weeks. Here's something that I've learned about comics when they tour.
Yeah.
It's not like unless you get really big, it's not typically like musicians where you kind of like tour every night. Comedy clubs aren't really open every night.
Right.
Most of them don't open until the earliest Wednesday. Some do a thing on Tuesday night, but so you're going to go out for like 4 or 5 days at a
I
time.
see. Yeah.
So that's yeah. So for the next 3 weeks, I've got 17 shows. They're a mixture of clubs, churches, and corporate events. But because it's Christmas, it's like just like super crazy.
Yeah, it's
Because
awesome.
like people are doing a lot of parties for their
Yeah.
and they want to laugh.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if you've heard that, I've told you this before, but like clean is green. That's the saying I learned. So
Well,
like
that
if
works well for us. I had never heard that.
yeah,
before.
we're clean comics. So like for corporate events, cruise ships,
Yeah.
churches, obviously, like they're not going to be able to like book a comic that's not clean.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah. So
that-
clean is green, not as highly respected,
Um,
but it's green. Is that what you're saying?
I would actually say it is pretty highly respected.
Really?
Yeah, even amongst dirty comics or blue comics or
Yeah.
just regular comics. Yeah, they like people's like if you're a good comic
Yeah.
and afterwards they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're clean."
I see.
Then it's kinda like,
it is
oh, way to
just
go.
like- it's not that all clean. Like I feel like the phrase like church comic is kind of a condescending
Yeah, I mean it would be.
like label.
I would say even Christian comic
Yeah, or
was
Christian
for a
comic.
long time like pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I think it's gotten to a place where like because John Crist got so big
Yeah.
and he does theaters now, I think people are like funny's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least comics. Now people who aren't comedians,
Yeah.
you'll hear them like say like Carrot Top's lame.
Yeah.
And whatever your opinion is on Carrot Top's comedy is fine.
Yeah.
I like Carrot Top fine. He's not specifically somebody I listen to, but
He's like
But
in
he's
a
like-
residency in
yeah,
Las Vegas, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. So say what you want.
Yeah.
The guy's making a killing.
Yeah.
At what he loves doing.
Well, Jeff Dunham is another guy
Yeah,
that
same thing.
does the ventriloquism. Is that a word? He's
No,
a
it's right.
ventriloquist.
Yeah, he's ventriloquist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's playing at the BOK. So
Yeah. BOK
Yeah.
is a huge arena here in
Do
Tulsa.
any comics identify like they would say, "I'm a dirty comic"? In the same way that you're saying, "I'm a clean comic."
No, they wouldn't specifically say that. They would more so say, they would say, "Man, I I gotta be me.
Yeah, right.
That's what they would say.
yeah.
Yeah, because I'll like tell the guys like in Tulsa, like, you got 15 minutes of clean, and they both, man, I can't do that.
And that makes sense because I feel like the opposite is true too. If it was like, if someone was like saying, "Hey, can you make it kind of dirty?" And I, honestly, like even with like cameos for Steven Stevens, a lot of times in the request
right.
they ask me to make it dirty or something like that. I'm just kind of like, I don't really do that. I don't really do that. I would be so uncomfortable. Like,
but you could think of something, right?
I mean, I could probably. There have been times where I've definitely thought of stuff that like that's pretty funny, but it would be inappropriate. I would say that.
Can you give us an example?
probably not best for this podcast, but
right,
but sure. But to like build a set around that, I think I would feel really uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not me, I guess.
Well, there's like, there's this thing. I was actually researching this yesterday because I was just kind of thinking about like the next year. But like cruise ships is a big deal.
Yeah.
Like for a comic, and being a clean comic is necessary.
Yeah, right.
Like you have to at least be able to do a clean set, but you also have to be able to do a dirty set.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I've heard Nate Bargatze talk about it on his podcast because he's a clean comic. He did, I don't know how many times he did a cruise ship, but like I think he said that he just kind of had like contractually had to throw in the F word like a few times.
Interesting.
Yeah,
because is it like adults only? Like
exactly. Yeah.
Put the kids to bed and the adults come out and have fun on the cruise.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you ever do a cruise ship? I don't know that we've ever talked about.
I would love to do a cruise ship.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I mean, because we got a family and also like, sorry. I mean, yeah, you could like. I would love to do a cruise ship.
Yeah.
So you basically, you're going out for a week on a cruise ship or however long you get booked.
Yeah.
And you're on that cruise ship and you're not really doing any other work except you're working about maybe 3 or 4 hours a night.
And the food.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's just like, oh, this is a blast. And then you're just like, because we have a friend, Andy, who he was in a band for him.
Oh, yeah.
The Christian band.
Yeah. Music.
They have done cruises.
They've done cruises.
But they're more like, their thing is more like, come to the CCM cruise. It's like 1 week only in July. And he was like, that sounds great. And so they all take the fam and whatever.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that's a different deal.
If you can bring your whole family, that would be amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
But even then, I've heard that, like, have you guys ever been on a cruise?
I've never been on a cruise.
Ginger likes to go.
Gary's wife, Ginger, is not here, or I would ask her. Because, like, I hear a lot of people are just like, it gets a little tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just kind of on this boat.
She loves it.
She loves it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Just to be able to.
I mean, obviously people love it.
It's like a resort, and there's stuff going on all the time.
Okay.
Like there's shows all the time. There's crap. The whole boat. There's just something going on. And they stop places for the day. You get off and go tour the island or whatever.
Yeah.
Never done it.
I bet they do like resorts like in Mexico. Do a little. We have a friend that she's like a fitness instructor. And she joined this thing where she can go to certain resorts in Mexico and just do a couple of classes during the day. And it's only like $500 for the week for her to go to an all-inclusive.
That's pretty cool.
All right. If anybody from a Mexican resort, I'm going to Tulum in a couple of months. So
just for vacation.
Just for vacation.
Yeah. Call some resorts, see if they need a comedy special.
Need any adults only comedy?
I don't even. Yeah, honestly, now with like phones and everything, I don't even know if I'd be comfortable. Like, I would say the F word on stage. I don't think I can do that.
I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. So I don't know how we started talking about cruise ships or whatever.
Yeah.
We were talking about clean. Oh yeah. So this month, 17 shows.
17 shows.
Yeah.
And so you were talking about how in the clubs it's like a Wednesday through Sunday,
Saturday
through Saturday.
Yeah.
And then do you just come home after that?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. So I go to Arkansas tomorrow or tonight, and I'll be there doing the shows in a club till Saturday, and then Gary's actually going with me. We go to down to Texas, San Antonio, down to Texas, and I'm doing one gig. It's a church banquet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just a one-off gig, and then come home for a day.
Yeah.
And then I go back out down to Louisiana, and that's where most of the shows are the next week.
Okay.
Church gigs and 2 corporate events. Come back, and then my last shows are here in town in Tulsa. They're at the Looney Bin.
Like Tesla and Google.
Apple.
Apple.
Do you think we have a Google and an Apple?
Well,
I guess we do have that.
We do.
We have,
There's actually a Google in
Pryor. In Pryor, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's all club shows and one corporate event here in town.
So cool.
Yeah. And then wrap it up. I'm doing 2 shows. One night I do a show at 6:30, and then I truck it across town and do a show at 7:30. Like, it's just like Christmas is like,
it's super busy.
Yeah, super busy.
Yeah.
So,
and then when are you shutting down for Christmas?
like the 20, it's like the 21st, because
Oh, that's nice.
Diana sings at our church, and she starts rehearsals for Christmas service.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you guys won't really be able to just chill until after Christmas Eve?
Yeah, Christmas Day, we're not doing anything but just the 3 of us.
That's awesome.
We're actually going to take Luna, who's 4, to a movie
Okay.
for the first time.
Oh, she's never been to the theater.
Well, she's been once when she was 3 months old.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
in
a
the crime room.
catastrophe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this will be the first time. Probably there's a theater in town that has a cry room, so we'll probably go in there.
Yeah.
Because she'll talk the whole time.
Yeah.
But like, it's going to be fun. It's going to be
Luna,
like big deal.
stop
And if we leave
talking.
early, it's fine.
No, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So that's what's happening. And then close it down.
Hope you're able to book some stuff next year.
Yeah.
You should
That's
give people a hey, if you sign me up for next year, I'll give you $50 off.
Ooh, there we go.
that's a good deal. Yeah. No, that's good.
Are you excited about this?
I'm stoked.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Are you concerned about it being too much, or
No,
how do you feel about it?
for one, like, I just finished filming my special,
Mm-hmm.
so I've got 20 to 45 minutes of just like great material that is just it'll do really
works
well.
well. Yeah.
It works well.
Yeah.
So I've been in a season where I've been like gearing up for that. Now I kind of get to like, I gotta think about it every day, but I'm not trying to write my special.
Yeah. Right.
Like
right.
I feel like I'm getting through December, all my old stuff. If I have a couple of jokes that I want to throw in and try, depending on the venue, I'll do that.
So what if while you're performing, when you're opening for Kevin Nealon, what if he like says, "Hey, I've got a tag for you," and he says like, "Do this," and you don't think that's funny?
I think I would try it.
Would you try
I
it?
asked somebody that one time. I watched that happen to someone.
Really?
And they were like, "I'll try it. What's it gonna hurt?"
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would try it. Yeah, as long as it wasn't like, as long as I could say it like myself or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, does this happen often?
Oh yeah, it's a big deal to like. I mean, jokes are currency for a comic, and so if I make a joke, which you do this for me a lot, but like if I make a joke and you go, "Hey, you know what you should say after that?" And if it's funny, like I'll be like, "Can I have that?" That's a really big deal. Yeah. So I've one joke in my special was from a guy who came up to me and was like, "Hey, you know what you should say right here?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's good," and it works. It was a good laugh. So yeah, that's a big deal. So yeah, I'm excited. I love traveling.
Yeah.
I love driving. I love being on a plane. I love going with my friends. I invited both of you to go to Louisiana with me. You turned me down. Come on, guys. Who wants to go with me? All expense paid trip to Minden / Shreveport, Louisiana.
Oh my gosh, I would just give anything to get back to Shreveport.
To get back because you've already gone once. Yeah. I'm stoked.
The people in Minden were absolutely amazing.
Oh,
Super
yeah. People
wonderful.
everywhere are amazing.
Yeah,
I'll just go and say it.
yeah.
I think people in every city, there are great
There's
people
always
everywhere.
great people there.
Yeah. Yeah. Dustin Nickerson says, like, every city is great and every city sucks.
Yeah.
And it's true. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, Tulsa's pretty great.
I love Tulsa.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but maybe,
Some of the people suck.
But yeah.
and some of the people here suck.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably some people.
Yeah. There was something I was going to tell you that something I learned about doing this sort of thing that I was just like, there's a couple of things about this experience is I will stay in some of the nicest places.
Oh yeah.
I will stay in some of the worst places.
Yeah.
There's specifically one club that I'm like, I have no idea what that's going to be like.
I feel like you're pretty particular about where you stay normally. So
yeah.
how does that work if it's like
bring your own
the whole
pillow?
cabin thing in Arkansas?
Yeah.
Are you going to stay in the cabin or are you going to be like, I'm good?
Yeah, I think if I'm by myself, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because it saves me money.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know if those cabins are nice. I think that they're probably fine.
Yeah.
I started comedy a little too late in my life. I got a little too particular about where I stay.
Yeah.
So, so 41 that sometimes, yeah. Cause like I stayed in a Motel 6 on the last tour and I was like, or no, not a Motel 6, a Super 8. And I was like, this is I can't.
You can't do that.
Which I'm sure there are a lot of people that are like the guy I was with, Isaac, he was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, we're not even here very much. I'm like, but we are here some. We're here some. Like when we sleep.
My eyes are closed.
Yeah, I don't.
For some, like, do you like? Isn't there like a saying like, what difference does it make? My eyes are closed anyways.
Yeah, I know. That's a hogwash.
You feel that it's hogwash.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Like when you fly, we both land at the same time. Well, first class is better than sitting next to the bathroom.
But if you're just like showing up, you're getting to the
It's
hotel
kinda
at
like-
10 o'clock at night.
You know
just
what?
go to bed.
Here's a new segment we're doing. You ready? Adam's travel tips. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Because I'm very passionate about
You're very
this.
passionate about your travel.
I'm very passionate about the way I travel. Gary brought up a really good point. I heard somebody say one time, like, when you get on a plane, everybody lines up, and there's always some doohickey guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the
Trying
kind
to keep
of
it clean, huh?
keep it clean. Some dude who's just like, why are we lining up? We're all getting on the same tube. I'm just like, okay, well, sir, we are all getting on the same tube, but some of us aren't going to get to put our bags up at the top if we're not on early enough.
Yeah.
And then some of us, like you, I can feel my blood boiling at the moment. Like you're going to wait till the end. They're going to gate check your bag. Yeah. So, yeah.
You really showed that guy. Man, you're going to think twice about making that comment again. Sir, there's a higher probability that you could lose your bag. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, sure. That guy, I don't know. I think about it every time I get on a plane. It was years ago. That guy, I heard that guy say something. Yeah. He's kept saying it like, well, same tube. Yeah. I was like, we got it. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway.
He was probably pretty irritated that he kept saying it.
He was irritated with himself?
Just with everybody.
Yeah, he was just irritated
like,
guy.
Oh, probably just wanted everybody to be peaceful. Just calm down, everybody.
So here's my travel
What's
tip.
the rush?
Here's my travel tip.
Yeah.
You get on a plane. Yes, it is annoying to get in line, but hey, don't wait till the end because you want to be able to put your bag in the overhead compartment.
If you have a carry-on.
If you have a carry-on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that helpful for the podcast?
Good. So good. I can't wait to see the comment section light up after that.
This is the part I probably am the most passionate about. Is this part.
The comedy is really just a means for you to be able to travel more.
Well, really just to get on an airplane.
Yeah, that's
the
what it's
right
about
way.
for you.
Yeah.
To do it properly.
Chris, do you
Travel
care about
properly.
your lodging?
I do think you do.
I do. I think it's grown. I probably didn't as much, but as I've gotten older, my tastes have matured a little bit. I think like, oh yeah, this, But typically when we're with our family or when we're traveling with family, a lot of times it's been, like we drive everywhere. We don't normally fly on like our family vacations
you have
and stuff.
6 people.
I've got 4 children, so yeah, six kids or 6 people total. So we don't usually fly. We have flown before, but it's such a.
You have all flown before?
Yeah, we did.
All 6 of you? Mm-hmm. Was that $1 million?
It was actually no, for a really uninteresting reason, but it was a really good deal.
Is the uninteresting reason that they gave a price and you had the money to cover that price?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they were running a special.
Oh.
Okay, so they deeply discounted And we
Chris's
were like,
discount
yes.
tips.
Boom. Search the interwebs for discount tickets. That's my travel tip.
Oh, that's a great tip. Okay, did you
Actually, I
hear
think
that?
Ginger told us
Somebody
about it.
write that down. You search on the internet.
You don't have to go right to the airline's website to get the tickets.
Oh my gosh. There are websites.
There's a it's called the search engine. But yeah, so we normally drive, which I honestly...
You love driving.
I love
You
driving.
always drive at night.
I do drive.
It's insane.
Yeah, I like to drive overnight.
So you like to leave at like 9 p.m.?
7-ish.
Okay.
It depends on how far we have to go.
Okay, no, why 7? Sorry, just... Well, you have dinner,
Yeah.
and then your belly's full, and you can sit down in your seat.
So with kids though,
Yeah.
it's super exciting for them
Yeah.
because it's like, all right, we're going to leave at dinner time. We'll stop and get Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
They're
it's
super
great.
excited to eat in
super
the
fun.
van, and then it's like time for bed after they eat and
Yeah.
watch a little movie.
And
or
then
something.
you
And
keep
they got their
driving.
blankets, and they're like, "We're going to sleep in the van." You know, they freak out about it. So,
Yeah.
And then I get peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Like the whole night.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And you
And
don't have
then-
to stop.
Then you don't have to
'Cause they're
stop.
sleeping.
No,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
sleeping. And then, depending on how long it goes into the next day, hopefully it's no later than like mid-morning.
Yeah.
But like there's been times where I had to drive, I think, till like 1. I think we went to Disney one time and it took us
Yeah, like
till
1 in the
1
afternoon.
It's just
Weren't
like,
you
ugh.
just exhausted though?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Well, usually though, Lisa will she'll give me like a couple hour break or something where she'll drive. If I can just sleep for a few hours, then I can kind of, and then I'll go to bed.
And then
early
you're
that
okay.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get through it. But
Yeah.
the only time that driving through the night where I was like, my rule to drive through the night is to go on the interstate. Like we just stay on like major highways. There's gas stations, all this stuff. I don't want to get in these like backwoods highways and all this kind of stuff overnight.
Right.
Well, we were driving back, Lisa and I, from Utah, and there's a storm was coming up as we were leaving, and we had to take some highways to kind of go around the storm to get back to the interstate. And it was about 2 a.m, and I'm driving on this highway. The other thing about interstates is the lanes are separated, so it's like everybody kind of on the road is going this direction, and then there's a ditch. And then how interstates work?
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
familiar with
okay.
that?
So you're driving on the road part.
But I'm
Okay, all right. So
but
you're
on like a state highway.
Yeah, so-
it's you're going.
Now, do I drive when I see barrels? Do I drive through them, or do I go around?
I would prefer going around them.
Okay.
that
Okay.
just-
Now the signs. Do those mean anything
Yes,
for me?
You wanna pay attention to the signs. Read all signs and obey those laws.
But that little line in the middle, that dotted line, that doesn't mean anything.
Not always. Sometimes you can just drift back and forth and it doesn't matter.
Okay.
No, so it's 2 a.m.
Okay.
We're on this highway that's like a 2-way highway, and I'm checking the storm on my phone, like to kind of check out where it is. And I look up, and there are headlights, like that looks like it's heading right towards me.
Which you're in your lane.
I'm in my lane,
Yeah.
but the headlights, sometimes it's like a corner, so it's like there. But this was like a straight. And I'm like, he's drifting.
Yep.
Yes, he's in my lane
And
coming right at me.
Oh.
I'm going 70 miles an hour.
Oh Lord.
I don't know how fast he's going.
Yep.
And I'm just like, holy crap. I swerved to the left
Okay.
into his lane.
Whoa.
He blows past me
It's in your lane.
in my lane.
In the right lane.
And I'm going, we switched
Whoa.
lanes at
Oh.
70 miles an hour.
What kind of car was it?
I couldn't even tell you.
Why
Okay.
does that matter?
It was just, I don't even know if it was a truck, a car.
That's
or
what I'm saying. Is it like a diesel or
I mean,
whatever?
it would have been bad
Yeah.
no matter what, but it
So
was so crazy.
are you honking?
No,
or-
so I think he kind of woke up. I'm assuming he just fell asleep.
Oh my goodness.
And so he's in my lane, and then I commit to just going into his lane. And then I feel like he jerked, like he kind of woke up and realized he was in my lane.
Yeah.
And he started to kind of come back to his lane, and then he like stopped.
Yeah.
So I think he just came to and then like realized what was going on. But I was like as far left as I could get. It was like in the other shoulder a little bit. But I mean, it was terrifying.
You just keep driving.
Yeah. I mean, afterwards I was just like, oh my gosh. Okay. That just happened.
Oh man.
Lisa was sleeping. And so I'm like, honey, I just passed somebody going the opposite direction on their side of the road. That was insane. So anyway. So I drive through the night. But that's why I like to stay on the interstate. Because if you fall asleep or something, it's a lot less likely chance of someone like coming into your lane or something like that.
Yeah.
So. That's my travel tip. Only travel on the interstates.
Only travel on the
overnight.
interstate. Okay, so yeah, so get in line for the airplane and only travel on the interstate. That's great. Well, I have so I think that's it on. I was gonna say that. I think I've talked to you about this before, but we were talking about. You mentioned cabins.
Yeah.
Something that people don't know is that comedy clubs have comedy condos.
Right.
And they come in all shapes and sizes. It is a more inexpensive way for a comedy club.
So they hire a comedian to come in, and he's going to be there for several days.
Exactly.
And so
you need a place to stay.
Yeah, they have. So clubs will oftentimes own properties. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they'll have a house or a townhouse, or in this case, this weekend, it's a cabin in the woods.
Cabin in the woods in Arkansas.
Probably kind of scary. So they are exactly what you would expect. I mean, they're not they're not a Super 8, but it's not the Taj Mahal either.
Yeah.
So, and you're kind of just like, who was the other comic?
But man, if those walls could talk.
But yeah, I would not want to have a conversation with them. Is what I would say.
Just so much comedy, so much funny going on in there.
Versus so many funny lines. Versus the churches that we'll be at.
Yeah.
Are like, they'll be like if I tell them like, hey, I'm bringing a buddy with me. They're like, all right, we'll get you 2 rooms.
Yeah.
Two suites.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, it's pretty nice. So, and there's always a gift basket.
Yeah.
In there. Different assorted treats, which is always fun.
Apparel sometimes
apparel? Socks.
Really?
Like if it's a church and they have merch, they'll give you
some of this.
Yeah, I think Gary wears a hat from a church we were at.
Couple of hats,
Oh, that's nice.
Shirts.
I don't think I've ever got apparel before.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. No, nothing I'm wearing is from there. But yeah. And then
that's cool.
And then I'm doing a corporate gig at a casino, so we'll see
how they treat you.
They're putting me in a casino room. So
don't lose all that. Don't lose that money.
Ooh, isn't that true?
Extra chips, maybe,
or double it.
Or what if I do this? I'll just take the money they give me to do the night, and then I'll put it all on black.
There you go.
And we'll see.
So you either come home a hero to die, or
that's true. They are paying me in chips. Yeah, and they said I can cash them next year.
Yeah, that's okay.
So that's
good.
Perfect. Yeah. So I think that's all. I think I'm doing like a medical party. They work in medical stuff.
Medical staff.
A medical staff and an engineering firm, I think, are the two.
Oh my gosh.
Those are the 2 corporate gigs that I'm doing.
The only thing I can think that might be worse than that would be a law enforcement.
Whoa.
which I have done.
Which you have done.
No, I love our law enforcement. I just, it's that mentality of.
Yeah, it's a different.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not.
Yeah, I think this is a different deal. I think this is like people are like ready. They want to cut.
They want to laugh. They're ready to have fun. A Christmas party. Yeah.
So I got to come up with maybe some stuff for them. Like, engineering. Am I right?
Oh, come on now.
I know how to make lots of jokes about churches, but
yeah. What do you joke about?
Oh, what is this? Math? A screwdriver? Ah.
Oh my god.
This guy knows.
Should have studied my calculus more.
You guys know what an engineer is?
I don't know. No. Clearly.
Oh, we're going to measure this up.
Boy, I wonder what the centrifugal force would be required to
get
this to move.
What if I here? I'm gonna ratchet this up. Huh?
Definitely research what kind of engineer these guys are. and
Yeah, that's
girls.
true.
Yeah,
Structural
mechanical engineering. I think. Yeah.
In what field? I mean,
I don't know.
Aeronautics.
Listen, I'm a
Could
comic
be-
man. I'm not sure.
No, they're
Hey,
expecting
you need to know your audience.
That's true. I'll ask him next week. Yeah. What if I'm just like I make fun of the individuals? Like, hey, look at the old Susie here. Would you go with that hairstyle? Am I right, everybody?
Yeah.
Clap if you hate Susie.
That's good crowd work.
Okay.
there.
All right.
Really good.
What about this? It's like, hey, this guy right here, he's the boss. Oh.
He's the boss.
Am I right?
I right?
Oh, but how about, look, there's his wife. She's a real boss. Ayo.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And moving on.
And
Yeah,
moving
wow,
on.
sorry.
Moving on. So kids, huh? I got a 4-year-old. But so that's new for me. That's what I'm doing this month.
That's so exciting. 17 shows in 17 days, right?
17 shows, 17 days. Doubled up on a couple.
Yeah.
So something that you and I were talking about that I
Yeah.
think is important to talk about because the podcast is called Risk It for the Biscuit.
That's right.
We
Yeah.
started it whenever you and I quit our jobs
Yeah.
in our 40s
Yeah.
to pursue comedy.
Yeah.
And so far it's going good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going good for both of us.
No complaints. It's been
A
really fun.
lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of a following our dream sort of thing.
Yeah.
Our last job was great.
Totally.
It was a dream job.
Well, even like following your dream, I kind of, I don't know. I've actually been thinking a lot about that more recently. Of like, I don't know. I feel like that can be a little misleading sometimes. Of just like this, that it's a good idea to follow your dream. Like, I don't know. Like for me, I feel like it wasn't just this like, this is what I'm gonna do, and I don't care what gets in my way.
This is who I am.
This is who I am. It was more like taking steps and seeing
Yeah, that's true.
God bless different aspects of what I'm doing and going like, oh, maybe I should be doing this more. And maybe, and kind of walking it out in a way that, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day of like, I never set out to like become anything on social media, or I wasn't trying to become, get some huge following or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was really more out of a heart of just like, I know I can be funny and I can create moments and bring joy to people. What's the best way to do that?
That's
for
awesome.
me?
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I think follow your dream gets thrown around a lot. And I think a lot of times it can be turned into kind of this self-serving thing.
Yeah, true.
Where I think the mindset that has been more rewarding to me and it is more of a mindset of like, how can I do what I'm good at for more? How can I serve more people with
that's awesome.
with what I'm good at? And honestly, that's like when I first started, it was like, okay, stand-up comedy. I'm going to start doing more stand-up. I hadn't done a lot of that.
Yeah.
And I got into it and it was like, okay, I can kind of do this, but I've just seen like acting and doing characters of like, that feels like there's a lot more magic in that for me, in my skill set, than just standing on a stage and talking to people. And so, that's kind of what's been steering me into more like doing acting stuff.
Yeah. Hey, I've got a character. I was going to run by you.
Okay.
All right. His name's Tom the assistant.
Okay.
All right. I've been working on this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to be the boss.
I'm the boss and you're Tom?
I'm Tom. You ready?
Yeah. What's up, Tom?
Sir, can I get you to sign this?
Yeah. What is it?
Let's get him made some paperwork.
What is happening?
And see.
I like that.
There's a lot of richness in
I think
Tom.
there's more to be mined out in Tom. He's still a mystery to me, and I think that's what I like about it. Is it's very vague, and it's just like you're just getting a tiny glimpse.
If you think about it, I raised a lot of questions.
The audience is just like, what is that? Who is that guy?
What is the paper?
I don't feel like what's on the paper.
Where do they
Everybody
work?
wants to know what's on that paper.
Is it a court order?
It could be anything. That's the beauty of it, Gary.
Contract?
It's almost like you tell your own story. You choose your own adventure. You just keep everything so vague that the audience projects onto it.
They
what
decide.
think.
But ultimately, what's great about it, ultimately, the audience ends up writing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then saves you some work.
Also, I don't know if you could tell, but like I wasn't expecting you to ask me any questions as your character.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I wasn't. You really threw me for a curveball there.
Well, sorry. Improvisation typically works where it's a back and forth. But maybe I should have just listened.
Okay, so that one's going to be just a work in progress, is what we're going to say about that one.
I don't know, guys. Be looking for Tom the assistant. Keep your eyes peeled.
That's what I would run past Kevin Nealon tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'd open with. Hey, Kevin, I saw your set. It was pretty good. Have you thought about a character? Think about this guy named Tom.
Get this.
The assistant.
Get this. He's an assistant.
He's an assistant.
And he's got this document.
The show really revolves around trying to figure out what's actually on the document.
And why? What's it?
It's a comedy mystery theater.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, I was just trying, while you were talking, I was trying to think of what is the most boring character that I can.
Well, you were talking about we were talking about people having tags for, here's how you should do it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I would say the equivalent for me is people coming up to me and go, hey, I got a character. Have you ever done?
Yeah, but tags
Yeah,
are
so-
actually, tags are wanted.
Well, yeah, but I would imagine there's some that maybe aren't wanted.
Well, like you get a tag is just another joke to go
Yeah.
on the end of your joke. So like if I do a joke, a comic
Right.
might
Yeah,
come up to me and be like, "Hey, I got a tag for you."
I get you. Yeah.
If you
And not
want
just
it.
someone from the audience going.
No, not typically from
afterwards
that.
going, hey, here's how you should end
That
your
would
joke.
be what you're saying there. That's more equivalent to what you're talking about.
And it's not like it offends me if someone has an idea for me. I just get that a lot.
Right.
Just like, oh, you should do this.
Yeah,
or-
what's the weirdest one? I'll tell you the weirdest. You tell me your weird one. I'll tell you
I
your weird
guess
one.
I'm saying they're introducing new characters. Really, it's more like, ooh, you should have Steven Stevens do this. So it's really less about new characters. It's more maybe situations and things like that.
Oh, situations.
Yeah, now
Oh.
that I think about
you
it,
should have
it's like-
Steven Stevens.
Yeah.
He's on Hinge.
Sure, yeah, or whatever.
Okay.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
I don't have an example on the top of my head. That would
Okay.
be funny. But,
Or like you should work with this person or whatever. You've had that before. Like,
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
was a whole thing on TikTok where there was some people wanting me to work with a lady who kind of played along with my character, and I thought she did a good job with it, but I just was not really interested in pursuing that storyline.
yeah, you're right.
And so,
I'll get people to be like, Adam, I thought about you today. And it's like, oh yeah, what is it? And you're just like, well, I was out there mowing.
Yeah.
And my lawnmower messed up.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on? I saw the belt fell off, and I was like, I bet Adam could do something with this.
yeah.
That is.
yeah. No,
That's and I'm just like,
yeah.
oh man, isn't that crazy when that happens?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. No.
yeah, that's
get it.
gonna go to my. We'll put that in my lawnmower material right there in the old
Hey, it's
phone.
11:10. We need to.
We
wrap
gotta
this
go.
up.
Oh, we got to keep
All
going
right,
here.
yeah, we got to wrap this up.
Do we want to talk about the fun thing I'm getting it to do?
Oh, how does
this
it feel?
weekend?
Yes, I'm
It's-
excited because you.
Yeah.
I'm doing a new thing.
Yeah.
This month.
Yeah.
And you're doing a new thing first time.
First time.
Also,
I-
you did not bother to tell me. I'm I'm a little offended about that.
I thought you knew. I thought we had talked about this.
If you don't tell, then
Well,
you don't know.
I'm sorry. I thought it was common knowledge. But I'm doing a thing at a church. I'm doing one of my characters
Yeah.
at a banquet for their volunteers.
You got booked to do a church banquet.
Yes.
But not specifically as Chris Munch.
Yeah, well, it started out as kind of like, hey, we love this character. You could do some stand up and then do the character. And so as we just kind of talked about the night, I thought, man, it would be fun as if Pastor Bobby came and did like a fake sermon.
Pastor Bobby is your pastor
He's my
character.
pastor character to their volunteers at a church. And so,
Will you do a little Pastor Bobby for us?
do I look like some kind of monkey to you?
You know why I ask you that?
That's
Because
just
I listened
monkey-
to a podcast
Dance,
where people are on
monkey.
it who do characters, and sometimes they'll say, "Hey, we do a little of that character,"
Yeah.
and they do it.
Yeah.
That's professionals. That's what I say. But you don't feel the same way.
No, now it's awkward.
He's still thinking about Tom the assistant.
I can't get Tom the assistant out of my mind. Unraveling that mystery.
Next time, you know what we should do?
Pastor Bobby. Hey, what's up, everybody? Pastor Bobby here. It's your boy, Pastor Bobby. So excited to be here with you. Greetings in the name of the Lord.
Why does he say it's your boy?
It just seems like something that I think it's cool. And it's important that we connect with that next generation.
Okay.
And so I like to just sprinkle in little
Yes.
words here and there that the kids understand.
Just words.
And so they can go, hey, that guy gets me. He understands. And I hear that all the time. Call him yourself, I'm your boy. And so I just thought I'd do that.
That's your catchphrase. That's Pastor Bobby's catchphrase.
I love that you're like, so I'll do that.
I'll just do that. It's working for somebody. Why not for me? Goodbye, Adam.
Sorry, I ran out of coffee.
And that is, to our viewers, that is the most important thing. We don't need the other half of the podcast here. We'll just all wait for Adam to get his precious coffee.
Hey, I'm coming back.
Oh, that's funny. I don't have anything in my cup. But yet I'm still here.
Welcome to the
Working
podcast.
So
All right, so
that's Pastor Robert. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, so you're going to do...
I've done characters and done sketches a lot, and so it's not that it's like I've never done this before, but in this context, it's a little bit different than what I've done before, and I'm really excited about it because I think it could be
so
that could work for a lot of
what are you
different
going to
characters
do?
too. What am I doing?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah, so I'm going to do. I'm basically going to come out. And
so it's a volunteer banquet at a church.
It's a volunteer banquet.
Okay.
And so I'm going to come out, interact with, the pastors and staff and all of that, and kind of Pastor Bobby's shtick is, and you see this a lot in churches, but there's always kind of like, anytime there's a guest speaker, there's always like this moment where they go, before I dive into my message, I just have to give honor where honor's due. And, they do this whole thing where they talk about how great the church is.
I do that.
It's a good, I've done it too. And it's an important, so I'm not saying that's bad to do. I'm just saying that that's what happens.
That's just a normal church
And so
thing.
I was going to kind of do my twist on that, where it's full of like, backhanded compliments and stuff like that, where you sound like you're giving honor, but you're really just kind of.
Did you want to use any of my jokes
Insulting.
that I was going to do about the people when I said that about?
Look,
look, there's old Sheila.
Look at Sheila. Here's the boss.
Here's that. Look at that
here's the real
shirt.
boss.
Ooh, that's terrible.
Okay, let me get a real boss. She's the
One
real boss.
time I was doing a similar thing, just doing stand up at a banquet for a church,
Mm-hmm.
and I was telling you this yesterday that like when you comment on like things that are happening in the room or they know, like people know about, it's just a statement.
Yeah.
Is the funniest thing in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And so like I was just like, look at this, pastor's wife's wearing leather pants. Hilarious.
Yeah.
So you can use that if you want.
Leather pants.
Gary was there.
Find
Gary
somebody-
gave me that joke. He's like,
Find
hey,
somebody with leather pants.
Gary was like,
and
you should comment on the fact that the pastor's wife is wearing leather pants. And I was like, oh, that's a good one. Yeah. And then like it went over like.
They loved it.
Yeah.
Does she wear leather pants a lot? Did you ever find out why that was so funny to them?
I think it's just a like pastors' wives aren't stereotypically wearing leather pants.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it's like, oh, look at this crazy place.
These guys are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's kind of what it is.
Well, that's even like with Pastor Bobby. He's more of like small town preacher,
Rude.
small town old school preacher.
Mm-hmm.
Where I honestly, someone suggested this. I'm like channel somewhere about. I think it'd be fun to do more of like current pastors,
Like a mega church kind of thing?
Yeah, just like super cool. Like when did pastors get so cool? Like
Oh,
when I was
right.
growing up, pastor was not cool. He was very much like a dad.
Yeah.
And now it's just like they're like the coolest guys. They got all the cool clothes.
Oh
They're
yeah,
smooth. And
yeah,
tan.
Judah Smith. I see him on TikTok.
Judah
I'm
Smith
just
is like the coolest guy in the
I'm just
world.
like, why do you look so amazing?
I know.
Those clothes are so big, and you're
You
killing
just
it.
look
Killing it. That jacket is 2 sizes too large.
yeah, but you look amazing.
Yeah.
Just he's got a crazy mustache.
Yeah.
That guy looks
You know,
awesome.
when I was, I feel like now, like kind of cultural identities are kind of like combining. Like
Yeah.
when I was growing up, you were either a jock or a
Oh, right.
nerd,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
grunge,
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But like now, like back to Judah Smith, I'm just like, you're like super hipster,
Yeah.
but also like you play basketball,
Yeah.
and also didn't he used to like caddy for some
Oh, yeah.
professional golfer?
Yeah, Bubba Watson. I think
Yeah,
is connected to him.
yeah,
somehow.
it's like, and you probably listen to country music, like or hip hop.
Yeah.
Like when did all of this
I
happen?
don't know. Yeah, it's the internet. It's the phone. All of the genres are merging.
I don't know who I am anymore,
I don't. There's no one. No one has a distinct identity anymore.
and that's really what this podcast is all
And
about.
that's what we're here to
Say,
solve.
yeah.
Amen.
So you say solve?
Yeah, solve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have the answers.
So you're gonna write for Pastor Bobby's thing. How are you gonna go about writing that?
So one of the things that helps me is like a lot of times I just kind of improvise in the room. Like I struggle to just like sit down at a computer and just like, and then I'll say this. Like I have to kind of feel it. And so a lot of times, I mean, even just like what I just did a second ago with Pastor Bobby, it's like I wasn't planning on saying any of that stuff, but it just started to trigger as.
Do you say it at all, like when you're just by yourself?
What do you mean?
Like if you're in like an office or your bedroom or whatever, and you're kind of
like do the character to myself.
you would like actually say it out loud.
Absolutely, yeah. I put on the clothes a lot of times too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it just helps me get in that frame.
Oh, okay.
And then like I usually just will kind of walk around and.
So sometimes you just walk around in Stevens' clothes.
Oh, all the time.
Oh my gosh, that sounds creepy.
It is weird.
Yeah.
It is weird. It's a funny thing we laugh about, but usually that's when I'm doing like cameos or something, and I'll do cameos. And I'll take a break, but I'll still have the shirt on.
Do you like sit down to dinner with the family
Probably.
in character?
I'm trying to think. I know there's my kids, will be around, and I'll just come out and like, "What's up, guys?" and forget that I'm wearing the stuff. They're getting much more used to it now. But
Do you ever record any of these cameos or videos with no pants on?
I've never done it with no. I know I've done it in shorts many times.
Okay.
But I
mean,
can't
that's kinda
I
cool.
think there was once where I think I was in a rush or something, and I had like one cameo to do,
Okay.
and I think I just knocked it out real quick, and I think I was in my underwear.
Do you think?
But not in the cameo.
Yeah, you couldn't tell. Obviously, it was just
That's for the cruise ship,
yeah.
for the
That's the
dirty
late
show.
night. That's
That's for the adults only show.
What was the Jim Gaffigan joke? After hours.
After hours.
It's 11:00 in the morning. After hours. That's true. That's how those.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's like improvising stuff. And it just really helps me. Like I struggle with the structure of things. I've always struggled. Like that's where I struggle the most. So if I can get kind of like a structure of where I'm trying to get to.
Did it help when I called
You
yesterday
did
and I was
help
like,
me
what if you did this
tremendously.
structure?
Yeah. So Adam helped me kind of structure it to where I could go, okay, I can talk about this here, and then I'm finishing with this idea or whatever. And so it's just I have these moments in my head that I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
And then that helps me to kind of fill in the blanks of what I'm trying to create, and can kind of improvise my way there. And then Lisa will take notes sometimes, and doesn't, not always, but and then we'll kind of just write it up and work it up from there.
So you go there on a Saturday, you drive down there?
On Friday, tomorrow.
Friday. Oh, tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
So Friday, you go down there to Texas.
Yep.
You do it. You're there with Lisa, stay the night,
Yep.
and then come back the next day.
I come back. Yeah.
Hey, that's awesome.
We might shoot some stuff in McKinney. I don't know. On
Oh,
Saturday.
it's beautiful. McKinney, Texas.
Beautiful. McKinney.
Shout out to McKinney.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what we're doing. I think that wraps up this podcast episode. So I don't even know when this is coming out, but what should we say? Hey, if you want to like and subscribe to the podcast, wherever you listen to it, share it. That's really helpful. If you give us a review, then that's really, really helpful. And then if you have any comments about anything we said, you can email us at riskitpod@gmail.com. And then you can follow us at Hey Adam Bush, at Chris Munch Comedy.
Just help us spread the word.
Will you help us spread the word?
That's really what this is about.
That would be very...
Is spreading the good news of this podcast.
Yeah, Pastor Bobby, you want to say anything on our way out?
Blessings to you and yours. I just mixed the characters. That's,
Oh, that's what you...
Blessings is Steven's thing.
That's true. Well, Pastor Bobby can say blessings.
He can say blessings.
Yeah, he can say blessings. All right, give us a blessing out.
Do what?
Bless us out.
I just did. I said blessings.
Oh my gosh. Goodbye.
Am I some kind of monkey to you?
Oh, good Lord. This guy on his high horse. Oh, look at me. I got 100,000 followers.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time out of your day and watching and listening wherever you might be. Thank you. We hope that these words found a lodging place in your heart. Amen. Blessings. Until next time.
Your Pastor Bobby always says the same thing to end. I can't believe you're not going to your go-to phrase.
Isn't that good?